get started. A couple minutes, just getting my stuff together here. Trying this all out. A little bit under the weather today. Not feeling too good. But I'm gonna play the game, so I might as well stream it. Might not talk much. Gonna have my music on.
This is Madden 19. I'm the coach. You're locked.
All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the New York Giants. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Nickel play action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Sack, baby! Sack, baby! Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now out of the gun, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A gain of 32 that time.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield, but when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. In for the score. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. Both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Saquon Barkley, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, he's
into a double team, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down the score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
To throw is Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And they'll go on the ground. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's third down. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit and forced the field goal.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know, that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 13 carries, 64 yards. Now Saquon Barkley, and he'll get this up only to about the 33. They've got a third down and a yard to start things out.
Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw. Holt, and Ingram holds it in. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down. Gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Holt. And that is incomplete.
That's really nice coverage there. I'm not sure he would have gotten to the first down marker anyway, but boy, oh boy, did they blanket him.
Yeah, short throw, but he really didn't have many options. Had to force it in. Well, he didn't have to, but he chose to force it in somewhere. Incomplete.
Yeah, now it brings up 4th down.
So let's glance at a player spotlight now. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And he comes back with one complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better. That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Open man right side is Ingram. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout.
Hey, how you doing?
All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense?
No, I don't give away mine.
The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt
Do you just get mods when you ask for them?
Yeah, exactly right.
I'm
3rd
just
down,
wondering.
you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
This game back.
All my mods have gone over a year.
Now as the kickoff's away.
All right.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Just be normal.
Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. He's got the lead here in the 2nd quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point.
Still 1st down.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Here's Wilson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. On 1st down, Wilson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To throw again is Wilson. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
When I watched that play, I thought about when my coach gave the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Out routes are always timing routes, and if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
14.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Barnes. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Again, Wilson. That's caught at the 1. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Nine seconds to play, likely the final snap of the 1st half as it's 1st and 10.
4 down. Alert. 34's the Mike, he's coming. Check.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
The rules is just to be respectful. Simple. Can you do that?
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Set! 3-19!
A final shot before break. Holt, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And this one is incomplete. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the home stretch of this NFL season. It's week 13. So let's get an update on what's going on. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T.
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
Let's see.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
3-19!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throw left side, complete to Ingram. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets into the territory. First catch there for OBJ, and that good for a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Even fighting a cold or flu or something.
They were able to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end.
Beckham Jr.'s been injured like all season. I pretty much give up. Not even throw it to him.
Pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
This is funny. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Looking to throw. Holt. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 4 catches now on this drive alone. They can't stop him. It's another first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans in the first half. What didn't?
I'm fighting the flu or a cold or something. I was in bed till 2. I went to bed like at 11 and I got out of bed at 2. I had a shower. I feel half okay now.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down,
a wicked headache I can't get rid of.
They've got to pay it off with some points.
I don't feel good. How you feeling? I'm crappy.
And they'll run it here. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
To throw on 3rd down. Holt. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today.
Oh, we should be playing a Philly crowd.
And his kick is good. And a 2nd field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. A dozen plays on that drive that ends.
I was going to play it anyway, so
let's go ahead and break out
some
some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean? Break out the just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the 2nd half. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think at any moment I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy
I'm
of
still
the 30.
getting the flu.
Call it a gain of 4, and
I'm
it'll
guessing
leave
I'm
them with
getting
a
the
3rd
flu.
down and 6 to go.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play on who you think's going to get the ball, where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it, and on that play he did. So you've got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
Now Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get.
Speaking of injured players, Beckham just got back and he's gone. Oh, they're only out for the game. Okay. There's Barkley out again, and there's Beckham out again. Awesome. Awesome.
An update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
Oh, man. Good stuff. AI is fair.
Now here's Michael Dixon. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. There are no 2 plays that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But I also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
In this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
4 down, 4 down. Here we go now.
Back to throw. Holt. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
Anyways, how you doing?
Start the drive there, 18 yards.
How you been? Good to see you. What's up? I'm
Nice
just
job,
chilling
nice
out,
patience
playing
right
some
there.
football, get my
On the
butt
right
kicked.
side, let him work his way across.
Hope
Put the
you're
ball in
okay.
his hands and let him work his way
I
upfield.
think I'm
with the
fighting a
catch.
stupid flu. Probably. A truck hit me. I just got out of bed at frickin' 2 p.m. Eastern. Ah. Holy crap. Good to see you. As you can see, I'm getting my butt kicked here. I gotta move my microphone out. I know I'm having an issue here. See if this helps a bit.
So here's a 1st and 10.
How you feeling, E-Waste? How you feeling?
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4.
Oh, that's good.
On 1st down, Holt to Shepard, complete over the middle. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Give him a couple.
I haven't had a cold or a flu like in literally like a year, over a year. But I think my luck's running out. I think my luck's running out.
Pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
It took me forever to get up. Holy man.
Here we go now.
Looking to throw. Holt. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
My first string running back is gone. My first string wide receiver is gone. So the struggle is real here.
Giants on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Holt. And this is going to be incomplete.
Oh, lucky I got the ball off. Yeah, like I'm going to even attempt a 52-yard field goal. That's not happening. My guy can make a 30-yard field goal. Good stuff. Middle of Canada, you think I get colds and flus all the time, but I don't.
Punter now, standing right around the midfield.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I hear you. It's I've been fairly lucky considering I live in the middle of Canada.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks
I think my luck's running out this time. I'm trying. I'm fighting it.
And the Seahawks get ready.
But I agree, the older you get, the harder it hits you and stuff.
The lead last time, had to punt it though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
Leverage.
big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us
Definitely.
an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm hoping it's just a cold.
Incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Play action. Now Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side.
Oh, there you go.
Intercepted. Maybe the turning point.
Boom, shakalaka. Look at that.
Picked off by Tease Tabor. And he's going to take this.
I'm still not going to win the freaking game, but
7-yard line.
it's a start again.
2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps
Start.
the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it.
So,
It ended up
what's
costing
new with you? What have you been up
His
to?
throw's gonna be
Have you been streaming? I haven't seen you streaming lately. What's up with that? What are you doing?
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down? The
Or maybe you
offense or the
haven't, I missed
defense?
you.
Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4
Maybe I'm
yards or
wrong.
more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw.
Good to
for
have
it
you here,
there.
for sure.
Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Now let's go. Green,
I was
39.
going to play football anyway, so whenever I stream, whenever I'm going to play the game, I stream it anyway because it is watch minutes. I need watch minutes.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Shepard. And he'll go down at the 28. They'll get 9 there as that sets
I need
him up
watch
for
minutes. I'm
third
trying.
down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to
Oh,
him.
okay.
But sometimes
Have you been streaming, or
they get
like, have
lost
I been
in there.
missing you, or
People can't
what?
really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
The Giants on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Looking to throw. Holt firing quickly here.
I have, I'm under, we're now officially,
As they bring him down at the 23.
I see 220 hours to go for me to give this to my daughter. Officially, like fully and officially. Oh, okay. Yeah, it burns you the hell out if you keep doing it all the time too, as I've noticed.
Under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
But she's taking nursing. She's first-year nursing student at university.
From the gun,
And, this helps her pay for a couple books. I'm basically putting content up for her. This is going to be her channel, pretty much. But I'm here to help her with content, with cooking, and my gaming I do. She does her own gaming and her own streams, and she's doing a watch-along tonight for American Horror Story tonight. So she has her own little crowd of people. Getting more into it. But if it helps pay for a book or 2, what the hell? So I think we got like 220 hours to go before we get on the review. Well, look at that.
And he will take it on in
Wow.
for a giant touchdown. Sterling Shepard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants have got it back to a 1-score game.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did,
NBA's been helping me out. Yeah, who knew, right? I wasn't expecting that. NBA's been helping with running my playlist.
Pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball.
Blaze in the chat's been running my playlist. Getting close, getting close. I'll get there when I get there.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after.
This is what this game does with artificial intelligence. It gets my hopes up and then takes it all away. So I'm not going to get too excited about it. There's only 3 minutes left. But it figures I make the big comeback now at the end. Good stuff. My season record's pretty good.
As they kick it away and turn things over to their D.
Whatever.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And
so now I got to hope for a miracle here. I need defense to magically get the ball.
And out now come the Seahawks.
Yeah, the amazing. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, the AI is terrific. Wink, nudge, nudge. It's so fair and everything.
I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball.
Because Blaze figures it's always listening, right? So you gotta, I mean, it's not listening.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Who sang that song? I forget.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Possibly a turning point.
Yeah, it feels like it.
This is 3rd and long.
Lucky us, eh?
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
This game's just getting my hopes up, guys. I'm not falling for it. Not falling for it.
Absolutely, just needed a
we got 2 minutes.
air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
I used the timeout. I don't know. I'm not gonna get excited here.
This is
get excited.
23. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion
Yeah, lucky
after
us.
this. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. He'll look to throw.
And there it is. There goes all my hopes. And there it is. Oh, I love it. I'm not even mad at it. I expected at this point. Can't even get mad. Meh. Kind of expect it. Here, let's have some fun with it now. Let's fling it all the way down to the field to the left and have it intercepted. Here we go.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Oh.
He can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit?
I appreciate that, Mike. Big time. Thank you. Yeah, like I said, I think we're at 220 hours.
Let's go. 319.
It's going to be my daughter's channel, except I'll be on all the time doing content for her, obviously. Because she does her own stuff, and I do different stuff than she does.
And he couldn't hang on
I appreciate that.
through the contact. Incomplete. What a great
The poor NBA. He's been running me for like weeks.
Stand up one more time because his peers that they've got their number can they slip up and allow the touchdown.
You would think, eh? It seems like you get help with one hand, and YouTube comes along and takes 50% of it back. Like I see my numbers go up, and then like 6 hours later, YouTube comes along and yoinks some of it. It's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, but you're still 1 step forward, right? It's good. I thought I would have even had it by now, but I don't.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Oh, there, my game is over. I tried. I had to fling it.
Well, they were
I had to
looking for a
try.
clutch play there on 4th, unable
Unless
to
a miracle
How about
happens
that
to me.
defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And you know, I remember playing how much 4th downs were emphasized. You know, because as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big
I can't expect too much. I am playing as the Giants, right, guys?
4th down. They believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them different.
Like I said, my kid, she'll be doing her own American Horror Story 1984 watch along from 10 to 11. Then she's going to do a hangout from 11 to 12 tonight. She's been stepping up, doing her thing.
Let the clock wind down.
I'm like, hey, if you want this to be your channel, you better start putting content up.
And that makes us 2nd and 9.
Because it's all going to be monetized under her name and everything. So.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
I was hoping by end of October, but I don't know.
So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
And the Seahawks on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so
I've
far.
literally streamed every day for, this is over 3.5 weeks. You can go look back at all my playlists and stuff. I have literally, I've streamed every day for 3.5 weeks, one way or another. Sometimes, one time it was like 8 hours worth of streams, one day. That was my maximum.
All week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are
sometimes
right
it's
here
for
in
a
this
couple
room,
hours.
and then you go on the road,
But I've been trying every day.
and get it done.
I haven't taken a day off streaming.
Back to 500 at 6 and 6 on the.
Every minute adds up. It's people said this, and I start to believe it. The closer you get to the monetization mark, yeah, especially with the closer you get, I've noticed when people run your playlist and stuff. Like I said, like it'll go up a lot, and then at least half of it's taken back by YouTube. Like the grind is hard and real. Like 3.5 weeks, so 8.5 hours. And sometimes I stream 3 times a day. I'll do a cooking stream, I'll do a wrestling stream, gaming stream, and then I'll do a football gaming stream all over the board. How you doing, Kennedy? What's up? I'm just at the point it's going to happen when it happens now. I'm not going to stress myself too much about it. But I just wish it was over. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. You guys know. Blaze knows, and you know what it's like to get there. I just want it to be over. And then I can calm down, and she could do her content, and I could do my content when I want again. Like I said, I was going to play football anyway, so I'm here. So, right? Might as well talk to you guys and hang out. It's all bonus minutes. Doesn't hurt. The relocation system is a bit in this game. Oh yeah, I haven't tried it. Well, see, I'm not so Kennedy, you play as a franchise then? Franchise owner. I play as the coach, and I got it turned on that I can get fired as a coach every season. They can end up firing me. This is season 7 as Giants coach. The closest, the best I did was last season. I got to the Super Bowl, and I lost. But I'm only like a 79 team. Everybody else is way above me. It seems like my team can't improve. I keep trying. Why? What happens in the relocation? Anything weird? We're all waiting for the new wrestling to come out. A whole bunch of us are pumped up about it. I think 6 days now? Blaze will know. How many days left before the game comes out? 6 days? I'll play one more game here. See, look, I'm at 17. Every team's above me. They're in 83. But I'll try. Poor NBA and my buddy Rob. They've been running so much. But now it's just almost like at a standstill. I'm like stuck now. So, what's your problem with it, Kennedy? Let me know. You can't create your own team name.
Hey
Oh, okay.
everybody, it's the coach, and this
that's
is
weird.
Madden 19
That's kind of weird, eh?
on EA.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL.
You're aware this is 19, right? This isn't the new one? Because it's football, so I'm not. Every second year I'm going to buy the new Madden game. Just refresh your streams, guys, when that pops up. It's not a big deal. Happens every stream since I've been streaming for over a year. Don't panic, just refresh. Yeah, I determined since it's football, it doesn't change that much. Just the rosters. Every 2 years I'm going to buy this game. I don't need it every year.
That he has with his offense.
I don't need the new one.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. All the defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect
I got Barkley now.
him
Look at that.
and really want to play well for him.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The New York Giants offensively, their starters, and one guy out wide to take a look at, Sterling Shepard.
A really mature man in every way coming out of Oklahoma. Personally and professionally. You can play him out wide, play him in the slot. He can return punts for you. He's a dynamic playmaker.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. The numbers in last week's contest for Ingram: 8 catches, 58 yards.
This defense is ranked near the bottom of the league against the pass. You get the sense that he feels like if he gets covered on any call, he's going to be upset. He thinks he should be open on every snap in this game.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Back to throw. Holt. And the short one here, complete to his tight end. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide it. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a first down.
I've never played the NBA one.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
This is 19.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things. It looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a first and goal. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it.
Oh, man, you got stuff.
Everyone gets locked in.
Denied. Holy crap.
Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
See if Shepard can get open on the right there.
7 now on second and goal. From the gun.
It's open.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by, Mike. Have a good one. Good to see you.
And the Giants
Thanks, buddy.
right down and score.
Have a good rest of your day, eh?
Take care. Opening drive, but a very successful opening drive.
Boom, shakalaka.
Methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the fourth quarter, that's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And they will be led out by their 6'3" cornerback.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it is permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really... And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
Ohio! Ohio!
Looking to throw on second down. Oliver. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Boom, shakalaka.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively.
I'll be right back, people. 5 minutes. I gotta stand up for a second and get some water. I'll just send a quick text and get some water. Be right back. I need water, oh my god. Trying to find the freaking controller. I'm having issues today, people. I am having issues. Feels like a truck hit me. Give me 1 minute, people. I'm just finishing texting. My daughter. Life comes first. Life comes first. Remember that, people. Life comes first. Streaming second. Some music on. Open the window. Give me some fresh freaking air. Hurting. Here we go. Let's finish this.
Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
First down carry for Barkley. Heck of a move, but only able to work his way down near the 23. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the
time has run out on the first quarter of play. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out.
My cat's being a freak. Can you stop that? God. You're a freak, eh? You're licking like something that shouldn't be licked, you weirdo. You're licking a computer cover, eh? You're gonna get sick. They're not smart. Not smart.
Looking to throw. Home. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big game.
And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
All right, here we go.
Operating from the gun. The quick slant caught. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And just like that, it's third down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
And he's able to take this one up to
Fourth
the
and inches.
35-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
So much about offense is what we call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping them from a first down.
And stopped him in his tracks. A great return there of 22 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It was Taven Bryan who got him down defensively.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
To throw on 2nd down. Holt. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Officially, 1:54 to go in this first half. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Holt. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34.
As long as I get enough for 3.
9 yards on the pickup there, and
Oh,
it keeps
good.
the drive alive.
I'm not going to push it.
When an offense reads blitz, it doesn't matter where it's coming from. Tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game.
Oh, man. Freaking got nailed.
They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Back to throw. Holt. Over the middle to Beckham. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get
Like I said, as long as I get enough for
they get the stoppage with a little over 50
field goal,
seconds to go in the
I'm good.
first
So I
half.
gotta get a little bit further here.
On 3rd down, Holt over the middle, complete. It's Shepard.
There you go.
The Jaguars going to go
I
ahead
should be able
and
to get
use
a field
their
goal.
first timeout.
I should
As
be
they
able to
get
get
the
this.
stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And his kick is right there. It's
There you
good.
go.
And the lead will grow. It's now
Nice way to finish off the
17-0.
second.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive
Bonus
after
3.
the field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play.
Hopefully we're having better today than I am.
Contact just as he's trying to haul it in.
Oh my God.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Oliver, quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of
It feels
scrimmage.
like I had a 24-hour drink-a-thon. That's what it feels like.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
And I don't drink. So, yeah. It's a thing. They're running out the clock. Smart boys. These are the things I can do. Come on.
The final shot before break. Oliver. Quick throw here. That's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And on the ground they go with the running back. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Who did that?
Around the 37, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Good boy.
Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking to throw. That's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First target, first catch, and a first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit. And that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Barkley. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here we go now.
To throw on second down. Home. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
Back to throw. Home. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 7 catches for him now, and his last one, a first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That's a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Throwing on 1st down. Holt. The foot slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. And give him a full 10 yards there. 2nd and goal.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's...
Back now in Jacksonville. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. They get it to him running left. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and goal.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
All right, here we go. Boom, 90.
Down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Then we got to give a little tip of the cap for the defense there. Zone coverage, locked it in tight, and made it really difficult because they tried the crossing route against it, and it worked for a completion, but you have to know where the sticks are on 3rd down. Didn't get beyond them. No pickup.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. That's just his 2nd catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game. They've done a great job of doing that.
Looking to throw. Oliver. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Watch that in. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Come on, let's go. Red 38.
Throwing again. Oliver. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Back to throw. Oliver firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the 1st. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. This quarterback now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go. White 90. White 90.
Looking to throw. Oliver. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. Not just his first catch of the game, the reason why they're down. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Oliver. And this is going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Gotta try it here. He's back to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Mason. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
You don't want no problems with me.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. This quarterback now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10.
Ohio! Ohio!
From the gun, Oliver. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Alert! Alert! Let's go! What? 9!
To throw again, Oliver. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 1st down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. Looking to throw. Oliver. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Jaguars get a score closer.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you should build up momentum.
I feel like crap,
and
dude.
even more hope. When they
I feel like a truck hit me.
They got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
Doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside.
I feel like they drank me for 24 hours straight.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
I had a cold shower and the window's wide open. It's only like 30 degrees out, so it's like smacking yourself in the face. It's not working.
And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. And now
Like,
the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll go to Barkley again. They're now running right through it. And this time not quite to the 30.
He won. How you doing?
At the 31-yard line.
Good to see you.
Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another first.
Abby the Witch. Who the heck's that? What am I missing here? Abby the Witch. Why I'm scared. Do tell. Now you gotta tell me. What's up with that?
And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line.
Now I gotta know.
Play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the
The
defense
Witch.
calling the timeout.
Like 99 problems in a way chain 1 or what?
They have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Oh yeah. Abby the Witch. I was trying to place it.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Can't make your game shut off. Imagine.
That one looks like he'll throw here. This will be caught at about the 5.
See, you know what I was telling Madison? They need me to write for like wrestling, because what's the little bunny's name that got his? Oh, that's scary. Okay, now that's freaky. That's not funny. What's that bunny? The Seth Rollins bunny that got his head ripped off? The Seth bunny there. I said to Madison, especially Halloween, like they need to take the bunny, re-stitch him up, like have Bray like in his mad laboratory stitching him up, then have lightning strike and reanimate him and make him come back to life like a Frankenstein monster bunny. Yeah. As she should. She's badass. See? Even without the swords. But tell me they shouldn't reanimate the bunny like a Frankenstein monster bunny. That's like genius. My kid's like, that's amazing. I'm like, exactly.
There, tackled down at the 1.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's true.
But how about the big guys up front?
Well, he could be killed over and over because he's technically dead now, right?
Time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Just keep on make him come back to life.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in.
I'm being a jerk here. I'm trying to get a touchdown. Just to be a jerk.
No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd
Let's
and
run
goal.
it. Let's pitch it to the
He has a lead instinct.
wrong, toss it to the left.
He's able to
There you go.
the run and
Rain on the parade.
missile to stop that one behind the
See if
line
we get a touchdown.
So 2nd and goal.
I don't need it, but I did.
Field Barkley. They get it to him running left.
Look at that. Ooh, there you go. Rub it in, a little salt in the wound there.
Saquon Barkley, his 6th touchdown of
Ah.
the season. And the Giants are able to grow their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows
Huh,
you to
that's
step
interesting.
really wide
That
on the
is actually
sideline.
interesting.
I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will.
I like different. I'm into different. How am I doing? Oh yeah. Play tight.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. A drive that time of 6 plays.
I was waiting for that one. I was like, where is it? Where is he in the chat? Hashtag harem. I was like waiting for it. I'm like, wow, he never said it. And once again, speaking of only rumor, there's my reputation. Rumor and innuendo. Especially on the innuendo.
This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Jaguars getting set to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled.
I can't believe somebody made Abby the Witch.
Here at the end just to take into
kinda
next
cool.
week.
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Yeah, let's spike the ball because we're going to make a big difference here.
And now we're inside of 10 seconds. Just 9 remain.
Abby's the glitch. Yeah, what a coincidence. It kept shutting your screen down. Wrong.
Throw on 2nd down.
There, I hope you're happy now.
Man on the crossing route.
Felt like a poltergeist now.
Down, but not before they're inside the 25.
God
Second
is
catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And they're really trying to build something. Beginning of the year, they said they thought 8 wins was a number to reach to call this season a success. And this win means they got there.
Now, last season at Monster, I want to make a Brother King, like the guy from the Poltergeist. The guy who had a cult.
Know your team, know your personnel.
He creeped the hell out of me. He looked like a human Skeletor.
In the upcoming years.
That guy still creeps me out. Wasn't it Brother Kane? That was creepy. I can still picture this another guy. Scary. Oh, I guess since when I shut it off, it involves me getting up. I'm playing another game. One more. Don't stop till you get enough. I've had enough, but I'm playing one more. So I can't get out of my chair. Having tacos tonight. That's if the kid cooks, because I can't cook. Kind of pumped. I can't even see what my record is up. I can't. It's too far away. Not a clue. Can you see my record up there? What is it? 9-8-6? Is that 8-6 or 8-5? I don't know. What is that? I don't know. Going to week 14. 99 problems and a glitch is one, right? Huh. Okay. I gotta take 32 more extra strength Tylenol. Give me a second. I'm gonna eat them like Skittles. My head's gonna blow out. When you get older, taste the rainbow. Freaking eat acetaminophen extra strength tablets like freaking Skittles.
Hey everybody, it's the Coach. This is Thursday Night Football.
I even had 2 cups of coffee.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight, Week 15 begins with a great Thursday night matchup between the New York Giants and the San Francisco 49ers. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
I guess I'll put some music on.
So here's the first drive now for the 49ers.
And
a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
One of my 32 crushes.
What I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory.
So this will be the last game, 100%.
Running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership. That's
what time are you going live tonight, please?
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, McGee, he's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end over the middle, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Ohio! Ohio!
McGee
Don't
stays on his feet.
Oh my god, whatever. That's funny. That's good stuff.
A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism because they went back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. To throw on second down, McGee, and it's incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Go Cowboys!
Only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well
Let's
as
go.
a defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
I'm either catching a cold or a flu, and I feel like a truck hit me. So that happened. I feel like a big bag of crap.
And his kick is indeed good. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So the first points of the night belong to our home team as they're able to take the opening kickoff. And
They couldn't get out of bed till 2.
Yeah, and that helps the crowd.
I tried, and I tried, and I tried.
Why they're there watching this game.
And I'm going to be going to bed really early. I'm
on
down.
Opening drive.
I have a headache.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior
We caught
to,
the last game.
and I think he really said it a few months ago.
Oh,
He
man.
wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
And they had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Holt. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Always, as far as I know.
The numbers in last week's contest for Ingram.
As far as I know.
7 catches, 69 yards.
And most teams mark down big plays as ones that gain 10 yards or more. He certainly has big play ability.
Oh, I thought you said Paisley. Perfect. Not really. You don't use butter though, do you?
On 1st down, Holt.
Just potatoes you got to season the hell out of. That's all. The more seasoned, the better. They're like potatoes are like a blank canvas, right? So the more seasoned, the better.
But they rallied
The
to
only
him
thing I
quickly.
got.
And that's what
Really?
you count on. And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the stop.
The more
Because
the
when you're
better.
able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First catch for him. It's
Depends
good
what
for a
we're in the
dozen
mood
and
for.
a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the
What are you in the mood
playbook,
for?
but oh so effective. Nice completion there.
I'd always say go with I bake them, but let me find I'd always bake them myself. I like baked over boiled, but I guess technically parsley potatoes are really boiled. Yeah, they're technically boiled, but You can always slightly boil them and bake them to brown them a little bit on the outside. That's what I would do. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Roast onions and butter. And see, yeah, there you go. That's perfect, Blaze, what your mom did. Yeah. No, what your mom did. She got it right. Right there.
Keeps the sticks moving.
And like I said, with potatoes, the more butter, salt, pepper, whatever you're putting in it, the better. People usually
from inside
under
Niner
season.
territory now. This is 1st and 10
I would.
at the 47.
Because there's always brown in the flavor, right? It wouldn't hurt to brown them for like a half hour and like 400. I would. Because then you're going to get the soft, you get two textures that way. I just got face mask. That way you get two textures, you get the boiled, the fluffiness from the inside, and then you know how the potatoes get kind of like bumpy from the boiling on the outside? When you bake it, it's going to make it extra crunchy on the outside. I mean, like the inside, when you boil them, it's going to go fluffy. And the outside, when you bake them, it's going to go
so they'll take the
crispy.
Yardage and tack on 15
you know, the best of both worlds.
mask.
That's what I would do.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
All right, here we go.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And a nice spin into some open field. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First trip to the red zone for the Giants. It's 1st and 10 from the 12.
Now let's go.
This is Barkley. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of a
I like boiling them slightly and then baking them slightly. You get the best of both worlds right
The
there.
previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe
Like
should have tapped down, had a
season.
second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with a football here as we begin quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. Back to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route,
Right, here we go.
something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout. An injured player.
Is he going to get carted off? If he's carted off, I'm going to be really ticked right now. Let's see if he walks off. Does he walk off? Oh, he's sitting there. Oh, he's ticked. Threw his helmet down. He's hurt. At least he's on the bench. So that's good. Pitch it strong to the left. Oh, that's cool. You should.
All right, here we go.
They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Giants touchdown. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Giants are in for 6.
Well, we got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pad?
Means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people, but power his way forward.
Yeah, I think it's about 30 Fahrenheit here. 30 Fahrenheit or less.
Now the try
Sunny,
here for the pull
not
after.
much clouds, but
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead.
hey BC, how you doing? Welcome. Ingram, let's substitute for now. I don't want to hurt more. This is the last game, guys.
Field now as they
Game
will
3.
send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone.
Oh my, I feel like I can sleep forever.
The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their
He drinks the blood of all the rookies.
Start to peer toward the offseason.
Makes
What
sense to me.
moves might they make?
I think the
I know if I was coach, I'd drink the blood of all the
We talk
rookies.
all the time about the NFL being a
Not for you.
passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft,
Last season I got to the Super Bowl. Bro, I missed that. Last season I got to the Super Bowl.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, fifth defensive back on the field.
I prefer to call it transfusioner.
Because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception.
Oh, this is going to run all the way for a touchdown. Let's go. Tell the quarterback.
I still remember being in school.
I heard him. The quarterback ran with it and boom, shakalak. Oh, your arm hurt, pumpkin? That's why quarterbacks shouldn't run with footballs. I pressed the button so hard. Aw. Wow. See you later, pumpkin. Second stringer quarterback. Here he comes. Hope he's good.
Watch you now, Barney. Barney. Now let's go.
Did I hurt your arm, pumpkin?
Throw for the backup quarterback.
Let's hurt the second stringer now.
And his first throw since coming in is incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball.
Yeah, win that turnover battle going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give an easy completion.
Maddie's doing a watch-along later, guys. American Horror Story 1984 from 10 to 11. Then 11 to 12, she's doing an hour of hangout stream. I won't be around. I can't see me being up.
Field goal their last time moving the ball down the field.
I'm barely awake right now.
Again on this drive, that could be frustrating.
Yeah, I don't want to be cliche, but at least they were able to get 3 last time. 3 here, not the worst thing in the world. Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to
They faked it, really? Wow. They could have got 3 easy points and they went to fake it. How did that work out for you?
Fake it, it doesn't work.
Freaking.
Oh, that was a design
some
play.
bad coaching.
I just don't know that it was the right
Speaking of me being a bad coach.
Your holder, to have him pick it up and kind of be the power guy, try to run through the middle. Everything has to go right for that to work.
You mean you weren't relying on just great blocking to get him through? You kind of think maybe he can help make his own way if he's an actual running back instead of the holder? Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Finding room at the 30. And finally taken down at the 36-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. His first carry of their second drive. Pretty about that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Looking to throw. Holt. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. How about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. We'll come back here right after this.
Okay, we got four. Let's go, fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Back to throw. Holt got his man complete over the middle. That's Shepard. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Looking to throw. Holt. He finds Beckham complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. That's complete right around the 8. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Watch Mike.
And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence. Now, that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Back to throw. Holt. And this one's incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. To throw on second down. Holt. And he's got his man. Beckham. Touchdown, Giants. Beckham, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants add on to their lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Extra point up and through. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Erickson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. On third down, it's Floyd. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on 4th down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So we come upon halftime here with a visiting Giants. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, zero, nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they show to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Operating from the gun. Holt. And that's going to be incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Looking to throw. Holt. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Hold on.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkout bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Looking to throw on second down. Erickson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away.
That's
great
funny.
hands, great ability.
There he goes left side. Touchdown, 49ers. A score. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Well, I guess the coach looked at the two-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a three-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a two-point conversion, and now they're holding down three and feeling great about themselves.
And a good effort on the return there gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And now out come the Giants. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession.
Ball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Back to throw. Open man right side is Ingram. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete,
holy
a chance to make
freaking
something
nail,
happen
though.
once he has the ball in his hands.
So a gain of 6 there on first. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone, because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lift their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. The Giants on third down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun. Holt. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And a solid run down inside the 30. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, pulled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
All right, here we go. Blue, land it!
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun. Holt. His throw incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. And it's 3rd down.
Brandon, some of those windows that throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line.
tighter windows, made it easier to cover people, actually.
You got 4. You got 4.
From the gun on third down. Holt. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss out 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year.
And the giant rush gets
Dang.
down he goes.
That's what I'm talking about. It's my boy.
You saw the same thing that I did.
Why don't you replay that?
Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack.
Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him.
Oh, clipped him. Lucky he never got a penalty.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming.
Lucky he hit his
This
shoulder,
is
not his
third and
leg.
long. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on third and long. Erickson. And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's fourth down. Got to be careful here. They need to move quickly, but it's also fourth. He's back to throw. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Looking to throw. Erickson. That is caught by Cohen. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Call it a gain of 5. And it'll be a second down.
Hey, how you doing, Drew?
Midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Oh.
Flushed out right. And
What's
he'll be
up?
taken down at the 44-yard line. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. First down now, but that clock...
I'm trying. It's all up to the AI at this point.
Throwing on first down.
The AI doesn't like me. See?
Over the middle,
See what I mean?
complete. That's Cohen. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
The AI doesn't like me.
49ers moving hastily. They're scurrying to the line. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped.
False start, offense.
I'll take that.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. A false start backs him up 5. First and 15.
Thanks for joining me, guys. This is going to be the last game.
Here we go now.
Get some rest. Try to figure out supper. See y'all later.
Erickson. Buying time, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And before the second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green.
To throw on second down, Erickson. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline.
It's not going to end well.
Before this first
See
down
it
play, we're
happen.
going to get a timeout here. As they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
Hurry up. Here we go. Blue 90.
operating from the gun. Erickson finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be
Let me guess, I got face mask in there at the 1. Because, you know, the AI. There it is, guys. It's all over. It's all it took. I'm real shocked.
They're getting the yardage on the pass and
this game kills me.
So now you don't march
oh my god, this game kills me. I can do nothing but laugh. I think it's funny.
In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Back to throw. Erickson.
There you go. There it is. I was waiting for that. We all knew that was going to happen. Maybe I'll block the kick. Don't hold your breath, people.
That's the one they had to have. Put them in a
Good
position
stuff.
where they're tied up, but I got to get out of the way. We still got an extra point that's pretty crucial.
That's right, just one more element.
Oh, well, I won 2, I lost 2. There we go. That's that.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And with time a factor here,
I knew it was going to end well. You could just tell.
At the
You could
25.
tell. Let's fling it. Let's fling it. Let's do this.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This is caught inside the 50.
Oh god, he caught it too, guys. That was a nice try. Good try. He caught it at the end, though. Well, thanks, guys. This is the real Sean telling you all 3 things truly matter in the end. Remember this: how you live, how you love, and how you learn to let go. Bye, everybody. I'm just going to fast forward the game, get ready for next time. Thanks for stopping by. Smash that thumbs up button on your way out. If you watch the replay, leave a comment.
You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long
I tried.
So for the 49ers, the win gets them to 5 and
the AI is evil in this game. If you play, you know it. I gotta go get some freaking rest. I'm not feeling well. Ow. Texans up next game. Well, take care, everybody. Peace.